Okay, so let us solve this problem. So the figure above, so actually it's shown below, represents a circular amusement park ride with 6 seats labeled A through F. If two students are to sit next to each other, leaving the other seats empty, how many such arrangements of the students are possible? So to solve a problem like this, okay, so if you know permutation, you might be thinking using this n minus 1 factorial for this for circular permutation. But the problem is it says that um, that it's only the two students and the other seats are empty. So you cannot apply that because it says that the rest are empty seats. And also you don't need to apply the circular since it's labeled A through F. So it is unique for each seat. Even if you rotate the table or whatever circular ride is this, even if you rotate it, it will still be unique because they label it from A through F. So the circular concept is not applicable in this. So and also we cannot use factorial because the other seats are empty, so you don't exchange those other seats. So only the two which are being used by the two students. So what you're going to do here is, well, obviously, without if it's only one student, so you just need to count how many seats. There are 6, but since it's two students, so and they have to sit next to each other, so you are going to, let's say, you're going to combine this as one seat. So you're considering how many seats here? One, two, three, four, 5. So that fifth seat is the combination of two seats. So you can combine any pairs, which is considered as one. So there are 5 seats in all. So there are um, ways. There are 5 ways where you can put together those two students. But then you can also exchange them. So let's say if you're going to pair this one and not this, so you can always exchange this two students. So if you're going to pair this, then you can always exchange them. So you're going to multiply it by 2 because you can always exchange the two students with the other seats remain the same empty. So that's why it's multiplied by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. So the answer is 10. So we have another question. What is the value of absolute value of negative 10 minus absolute value of 3? So the idea of absolute value is to make a negative to be positive, so negative to be positive, and positive, just leave it as positive. So the result of an absolute value is always positive. So the absolute value of negative 10 is positive 10, and then minus, then the absolute value of positive 3 is positive 3. So 10 minus 3 is 7, and that's the answer. Okay, so another problem. So let us try to solve this. So if 20% of n is 36, what is 0.2% of n? So let's write this as an equation. 20% of means times of n is 36. So what is 0.2% of n? So we need to know first what is n. So 20% in decimal, we divide it by 100. That's 0.20 times n equals 36. And then we divide by so the idea of changing decimal to, I mean, percent to decimals, this is 20%. If you convert it into decimal, just need to move to 2 decimal points to the left to make it decimal. So that's a shortcut for changing percent to decimal. And then we divide 0.20 in both sides to cancel this. So that what's left is n. So what's 36 divided by 0.20. So we can make it whole numbers. First, we uh, times it with 10 to make it look easier. So 36 times 10 is 360. 0.20 times 10. So I multiply by 10 so that this will be moved to the right one, so it becomes 2. And then now it's easier to compute. So what's 360 divided by 2? That's 180. Because 36 divided 2 is 18. And then copy the 0. So that means n is 180. So I'm going to use another color for this. So 0.2%, wait. So 0.2% of n is what? So 0.2% of 180 is what? So 0.2% in decimal is, although 0.2 is already decimal, but that it has a percent symbol. It says percent, so we need to change it to decimal. So we move twice. So we're gonna add 1 0 here. So equivalent. This is equivalent to 0.002 times 180. All right. So how do you multiply this? So let us calculate 180 times 0.002. So 0 times 0, so of course that's 0. 8 times 2 is 16. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And then the next one are zeros. So if you combine it, it's 0, 6, and 3. And there are 3 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3. So yeah. 0, and then 8 times 16, 1 times 2 is 2, 36, and then 0, yeah. I think I computed correctly, but I added, forgot to add one more 0, but it's the same thing. So there are 3 decimal places, so 1, 2, 3, so we have 0.36. So this should be equal to 0.36. Let me check using a calculator for this. So 180 times 0.02. Yeah, it's correct. It's 0.36. Okay, so let's solve this problem. We have in triangle RST. So let's illustrate this. We have triangle RST. Let's make it bigger. Oh, sorry for this. So triangle RST, where the RS and ST are congruent. So this is equal. So I think this is an isosceles triangle. So I'll just do it again. This is R and S and T. So this is congruent. So this means congruent. Congruent means equal in measure. So how does it differ with equal? If we say RS is equal to ST, no, they are not because they are different lines. This can be thicker than the other, like for example, like that. But if you say congruent, then they can be congruent because congruent is specific. It says it might be meaning length. So if the measures of angle S is 20 degrees, so this is 20 degrees, then what is the degree measure of angle T? So what's this? All right, so since these two are equal, so the opposite angle should be also equal. All right, so we know that the entire triangle sum is 180, so the measure of angle S, um, angle R, and angle T is 180 degrees. So replacing the given, it's 20 degrees here. Then measure angle R and T are, we'll name it X, since they both have the same measure. So we're gonna combine the two x's. So x and x is 2x, and then copy the first one, and then solve for x. So we're gonna separate the one without variables. So I'm gonna subtract 20 in both sides, so that this will be 0, and what's left is 2x. So 180 minus 20 is 160, and then we still have 2 at the side of x, so I'm gonna divide in both sides. So it will be x is equal to 80 degrees. So that's the answer. Alright, so let us solve this problem. So if all of the angles in a figure are right angles, what is its perimeter? So this problem is very tricky. If you're going to compute its exact length for those missing, then it will take all of your time during the SAT test. And SAT is expecting only around a minute, 30 seconds to a minute to finish each question. So it will take all of your time if you're going to compute the exact value of this. Like for example, if you're going to do this, you're going to cut it, and then this is 5, and then I'm going to figure out this. So, and that will take 1 hour is not enough for you to analyze that. So it is expecting you to analyze it in this way. So if you observe that this is like taking just a third of the length of this top, so you just need to assume that this is 1 unit. So this is 1 unit, and this is composed of 2 units. So I'm gonna put here 2 units, and then the remaining is 3 units, because 3 plus 1 is 4. So that's how you do it to make it quicker to compute its value. Again, this is an SAT, it's not a math Olympiad, so it should not be giving problem that will take you an hour to solve this. So, and then you just need to combine them. So 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. So we have 7 plus 2 is 9. I'll just do it like this. So 7, and then 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Then 13, and then 14. So the answer is 14. Okay, so let us solve this problem. So we have if x minus 8 equals 5y and x is equal to 23, then what is the value of x minus y? So we have a value of x which is 23, and we don't know yet what's y. So we're gonna solve that y. Let's have this equation first. X minus 8 equals 5y, and we know that x is 23. So we're gonna replace x with 23 minus 8 equals 5y. So 23 minus 8 is that's 15, and we're gonna divide 5 on both sides to cancel this, so that we only have y left in one side of the equal sign, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So y is equal to 3. So I'm gonna go back to here, and 23 minus the y is 3, so 23 minus 3 is 20. So x minus y is equal to 20. Okay, so let's answer this. What is the product of all the positive integer factors of 20? So it's only taking the positive, and it's integer, so not including the decimals or fractions. So what are the factors of 20? So these are the factors we have. Well, of course, 1 times 20 is 20. 2 times 10, so 2 and 10 are the factors. 3, 4, so 4 times 5, and I think that's it. So 1, 2, 3, it's not 4, 4 and 5. So, and then 5 and 4, so it's the same. So, yeah, so we only have these factors, there are 6. So we're going to multiply all this. So of course 1 times 20 is just itself. 20 times 2 is 40. 40 times 10 is 400. And then 400 times 4 is 4 times 4 is 16, and then copy the 2 zeros. And then 16 times 5, I mean 16,000 times 5. So you can just multiply 16 times 5 and then add the 2 zeros. 6 times 5 is 30. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So 80 and the 2 zeros. So it's 8,000. Now let's solve this next problem. So we have Marcia can type 18 pages per hour, and David can type 14 pages per hour. If they work together, how many minutes will it take them to type 24 pages? So now we have to remember that it's asking for the minutes, and the given is in R. So, but we're gonna solve first the R and then just convert it into minutes. So, all right. So the work problem is in this setup. So if there are two, so we're gonna make two fractions, and then the right side will be how many jobs there are. 24 pages to do. So we put 24, and then okay. So Maria can type 18 pages per hour. So in 1 hour, Marcia can type 18. And how long if they do it together? Ay, mali. Okay, so let us solve this problem. So you have Marcia can type 18 pages per hour. David can type 14 pages per hour. They work together. How many minutes will it take them to type 24 pages? So the problem here is saying that it's how many minutes, and then the given is in R. So you have to remember that since we have to convert our answer later into minutes, since our given is in R, so our answer will be at first given, in R, and then converted into minutes. Now this is a work problem, and work problem is in this format. So we have here the top is, so we have here the top is the time when they work together, and this is time when doing it alone, and also this. So time doing it alone, and this is the number of jobs. So of course the time doing it together is, of course, that's only one job. So one job uh, on the top when they are doing it together, and the bottom will be one job, and then when the time doing it alone. So um, so the bottom, the given is 18 pages per hour. So the time is not given for every page, but you can compute that. So for if it's 18 pages per hour, so per 1 hour. So if you divide it by 18, so that we will know how long it takes for him to do one page. So it's 1 out of 1 over 18 hours. So for every one page, it takes Marcia to do it, to finish one page by 1/18 of an hour. So the time doing it alone is 1 over 18. All right, so let's remove this. And for David, so David is 14 per pages for every 1 hour. So if you divide it by 14, so that you will know how long it takes for him to do one page. One page is takes him to do it 1 over 14 hours. So 1/14 of an hour. So 1 over 14 for David, and for Marcia it's 1 over 18. So the time when they do it together, so how long will it take for them both to do one page is X. So that's what we are looking for. And it's in minutes. And then the right side will be the number of jobs. So the number of jobs is one job is 1 page. So there are 24 pages to do. So 24 for the total number of jobs. All right, so that's our equation. So let's remove the rest of the computation. And let's focus on this. So x over 1 over 18, we can simplify that by, if you divide x divided by 1 over 18, where the rule says that you copy, change to times, and then so change to times. I'll just use a dot product, and then do the reciprocal of the divisor. So 18 over 1, or just 18. So this is just the same as 18x. Okay, so x over 1 over 18 can be written as 18x. Same with x over 1 14th. So 14x equals 24. And then combine. So 18 plus 14 is 36. And then you divide both sides by 36, so that it's only x left on one side. So we have x is equal to 24 over 36. But you can reduce it. Both are divisible by 8. 4. Yeah. Oh wait. So this is not 36. It's 32. For a while, it's 32. So we divide 32 in both sides. Alright, so let me correct that first. So it's 32, so I'm gonna reduce it, divide by 8. So 24 divided by 8 is 6, 3. And then 32 divided by 8 is 4. So it's 3/4 hours. But the question is how to change it into minutes. So 1 minute, 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. So 3/4 of the 60 minutes. So 3/4 of 60 minutes, or 3/4 of 60. So you can reduce this, because 60 divided by 4 is 15, because 15 times 4 is 60. And then what's 30 times 15? It's 45. So the answer is 45 minutes. Okay, so let us solve this problem. So we have, what is the value of x in the figure? So we have here the x is in this triangle. So we're gonna focus on this triangle, and we know that the entire triangle's sum of angle is 180 degrees. So we need to know this first. So we need to know that part. We need to know that part in order to know the x, because after knowing that, we just need to equate it with 180. But to know that, we need to know this. So if we know this, then we can get this, then we can get the x. So the problem is how to get this part. So to know this part, we will use this big triangle, because the two angles are given, and we know that the entire triangle's sum is 180 degrees. All right, so let us solve this. Let's remove all this stuff and then compute. So the sum of the angle of 45 plus 60 plus this, we will name it A. So plus A is equal to 180. So 45 plus 60 is 105. And I'm going to subtract on both sides 105 to transfer it. So this will be gone, and what's left is only A is equal to 180 minus 105. So that is 75 degrees. So that means this A is 75 degrees. So that is 75. So now we're gonna move into this. So we're gonna name it we'll name it B. So what is that B? So we know that this is a straight um, line. So that should be a sum of 180 degrees as well. So B plus 1 plus 75 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So subtract 75 in both sides. So that's 105 degrees. So that B is 105. Now we're gonna use the small triangle now. The sum of that is so I'll just remove the one on top. So x plus 35 plus 105 is equal to 180. So if you combine 35 and 105, that's equal to 140. And then remove 140, transfer it to the other side. So this is 0. So 180 minus 140 is 40 degrees. So that means x is equal to 40. So we'll remove the degree sign since the x has already the degree symbol. So x is equal to 40. Okay, so let us solve this problem. We have if f of x is equal to x squared minus x plus 4, a is non-negative, and f of a is equal to 10, then what is the value of a? Alright, so let's have the f of x first. F of x, so I need space, so we're gonna start from the left. F of x is equal to x squared minus x plus 4. So it says that f of a is equal to 10. So if you so if we're gonna replace x by a, so it will be f of a is equal to a squared minus a plus 4. Now since f of a is 10, so we can replace this by 10 equals a squared minus a plus 4. Now we're gonna put together those with those constants, so this will be 0, and 4 minus 10 is negative 6. So 0 equals a squared minus a minus 6. And then we can factor this out. So we can factor this a and a is a squared. So I'll just use another color for this. So since it's like a draft. So if we're going to factor a squared minus a minus 6, it will be a and negative 3 and 2, because a times a is a squared, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And if you add this negative 3 and 2, it will be negative 1, which is the same as this. So that means the factored form is a minus 3, which is this, and a plus 2, which is this one. So the factored form of a squared minus a minus 6 will be a minus 3 times a plus 2. So we can equate it in two separate equations. We have a minus 3 equals 0 and a plus 2 equals 0. And then we're going to solve in both sides. So we add 3 in both sides here. So a is equal to 3. And subtract 2 in both sides to make it 0. So a is equal to negative 2. So the problem is it says that a should be non-negative. So that means this is not the possible answer. So the answer is a equals positive 3. Alright, so let us solve this problem. We have a box of contains only large marbles and small marbles. There are twice as many large marbles as small marbles in the box. So we can write this now. It says that twice as many large marbles as in the box. So there are twice more compared to the smaller one. So if small is x, then the large marble is 2x. And then the large marbles are all either blue or red, and there are 5 times as many blue compared to red. So if red is A, so if red is A, then blue is 5A because 5A, it says that the blue is 5 times as many compared to red. If one marble is drawn from the box at random, what is the probability that it will be a large blue marble, which is this. So, um, it says that the large marble is either blue or red, which is 5 and A and A. So we can replace X with, so this is, since this is 2X, so we can replace it with 5A plus A, which is 6A, which is equivalent to, um, so twice of, sorry, so this is 6A. So if that is 6A, and which is equal to 2X, so this is 2X, so that means X is 3A. Because of course we're gonna divide 2 on both sides, so it will be 3A equals X. Alright, so let's remove that and leave it as 6A and 3A. So the total marbles in a box is 6A, which is the large marbles, plus 3A, which is the number of small marbles. That's 9A in all. And the number of blue, large blue, is 5A. So the probability now is 5A out of the total 9A. So we can cancel out the A. So this will be 5 over 9. So the chance of picking a blue marble from the box will be 5/9.